squid.
Okay, no more chewing gum, spit it out.
You know it still hurts a little bit,
Okay,
but not that much.
I think it's time to start.
If you want somebody else,
You just
who am
smile,
I to
okay?
judge?
We gotta
I've
get
been thinking
started.
about you all the time, but that's alright.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. And if this is the first video you're watching of me, I'm Nancy, and this is my fiance, Andy.
Hey.
Today we are, obviously, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about our engagement and our proposal story, because I did have a vlog of the day he did it, kind of. We were on vacation in Hawaii, so I'll have that link down below for you guys to kind of see it happen in real time. But if you guys aren't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you guys don't miss out on any of my other videos. Oh, I'm going to be doing a whole wedding series and everything starting now. So make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any of those videos. After the ring details, we will also have a Q&A of questions. I've got some questions that you guys asked on Instagram when I asked you guys to ask me questions for this video. So again, if you aren't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram so you guys don't miss out on asking me some questions and kind of staying more up to date with the whole wedding process. Time to get started on the actual story. Okay, so let's get started with the ring. So we went ring shopping in November because we were just kind of feeling like it was starting to get time. We've been together for at the time was about 6 years. So we were like, okay, and we had just graduated college, so like that's just naturally the next step to take. So I don't want to say I'm high maintenance, but I know what I want, kind of, but I also wanted his opinion on stuff. So I wanted the ring to be like both of us, not just me or not just him. I know some people just like the girl, exactly what the girl wants, or just whatever the guy wants and the girl's surprised. I wanted it to be kind of like a 50-50 choice. Thankfully, we have like kind of the same taste and style on what we like in a ring, which is like super simple and just like the focus being on the actual diamond. So we went shopping in November to Robbins Brothers in downtown Bellevue. They have different locations in different places of the US, right? They have
in Seattle too.
Yeah, I'll link them down below. We went there because it is specifically an engagement ring store. And the salesperson, the diamond expert, I guess, diamondologist, was amazing. She was so helpful, and I didn't know anything about it about the process other than that day. That one day that we went and it was done. After that, you went to...
I went looking around at other places too to see just kind of more options rather than just Robbins Brothers, because I didn't want to just buy one from the first place I went. So I went to...
Kind of wanted to like see all of his options, like pricing, sizing, all that different stuff.
Yeah, so I went to a couple other places and I spoke with people, and I just never really... I basically took like a month-and-a-half break from looking after we looked in November because I didn't really like the other places I was looking. Eventually, as the time got closer to Hawaii, I figured I probably should start looking again because it was getting close and I knew that was when I was going to do it. So I went back in middle to late January, and I basically sat down and talked to the same lady I'd been talking with the first time. And I like had her number and stuff. I like left after work one day, went in and met with her, and I wasn't like expecting to buy a ring that day. And then she like brought one out, and it was the one that I ended up getting. And so I got it on maybe a Tuesday or something. And then
he had like stopped sharing his location with me. He kind of didn't block me, but almost blocked me, like took me off Venmo.
Well, I had to go like private on Venmo.
Yeah, went private on Venmo, like literally did everything. Wouldn't follow a photographer that he hired.
Well, that's later.
Yeah, I know. But like just saying, he was just really being super cautious of everything he was doing. You know, like he was doing everything possible to make this like a huge surprise, which it still was. And he like things I would have never checked, but he like thought of it because he was like on the off chance that I do check.
The weeks leading up to it, I didn't know who I was gonna. I knew I wanted a photographer. I wanted a photographer. I knew she would want a photographer. Found like 2 people I really liked. I found this girl that I ended up hiring, but
her name is Jamie Lee Photography.
Jamie Lee Noguchi, I think.
Yeah, photography. I'll have her linked down below. I also linked her in my other video too because she is like amazing. Like she's awesome. She absolutely killed it.
The night before we left, I had the ring still, and I didn't like. I'd already asked her parents and everything.
Yeah, he asked both my whole family for permission, excluding my youngest brother because He has a little bit of a big mouth. We had been planning to go the spot that he proposed to all week. Because we would drive by it every time we would leave to go anywhere on a different part of the island. So he'd always point out and be like, let's go look over there, like cliff jumping, blah, blah. And honestly, like right over my head, I was literally like, okay, like that's fine. Like we can go over there, we can walk over there whenever. And he kept being like, that place looks so cool over there. I'm like, okay, like we'll walk over there someday, like whatever. And the day it happened, we woke up, went to breakfast. And then we were already kind of halfway to, we walked over to the little shopping center. So we were halfway to the point where we're going to get, so I'm like, let's just like eat our breakfast and kind of walk. Because we had acai bowls. And so we started walking over to this, it's called Paradise Cove. And we started walking over there. It was so, so, so beautiful. I had to do a outfit post for a brand. So I was like, this is perfect. Like tonight, right before dinner, can we stop by here like during sunset time and take a picture of my outfit so I can post it? Which was perfect for him because that's the day he was proposing. So he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm no problem with that. So walked over there. I was obsessed with it. He was nervous that I wasn't gonna like it over there, but I loved it. And so that's when we went home, tanned. Actually just like in the sun for an absurd amount of time, and I wore little to no sunscreen, which was like the dumbest thing ever. I remember my brother's girlfriend, my mom, and everyone was just kind of like telling me like, hey, like you should get out of the sun. Like you're getting really burnt. Like you should get out of the sun. And I was like, I'm fine. Like leave me alone. I want to be tan. Okay. So I was just being kind of a brat and I was like, leave me alone. And I know I was so burnt. Anyways, we got home, we went back because we were going to have dinner at the Four Seasons. We had already planned that like all week. We just kind of wanted dinner, us two. We went to go get ready and he was starting to kind of feel a little distant. As I was getting ready, I'd like move over to a room where he was and he'd be like, actually, I'm gonna go over here. I'm like, okay, bye. Like I had showered and everything and I was so unbelievably burnt, like in pain burnt. Like I felt gross. All I wanted to do was like, you know, when you're in the sun all day and then you're burnt and like, all you want to do is just like lay in bed. So I ended up being fine, but I was just kind of in pain and kind of like, okay, like we'll go to watch the sunset. So we Ubered to watch the sunset. We were leaving and my dad had kind of said like, you ready, man? I could have taken it two ways. Like, you ready for dinner or are you ready for something, you know? So the first, like knowing me, I'm like literally an investigator. I know everything and anything, like when the way they talk, the way they are around me, like when it changes, I notice in like literally 1 second. So my dad said that and I was like, why would he be ready? Like we're just going to dinner. I kind of brushed it off but kind of didn't, kind of back of my mind. And we're going down the elevator and I take a quick snap that we'll get back to later on my Snapchat and I just save it to my memories, just me.
So we got in the Uber and it's like a 8-minute drive and the guy was being like super friendly when we got in the Uber.
He was really nice.
Like, hey, how's it going? Like, oh,
like
how are you?
Super sweet Uber.
And he said, where are you guys going? We're like, oh, we're gonna watch the sunset out at this place that like I set for a location on Uber. Just please drop us off there. And then we're gonna go to the Four Seasons after to eat dinner. And he's like, man, the Four Seasons has got a great place to watch the sunset. And I'm like,
so sweet.
I was like, oh, I'm sure it does, but like we're gonna go to the other place. And he's like, oh no, like this place is beautiful. I'm telling you, like it's the best place to watch the sunset like in this area. And I'm like, cool, like we'll do it another night, like not tonight. And so he's driving down and probably like 5 minutes into the 8-minute drive or whatever, there's like an option to turn left to go to the Four Seasons, or you can keep going straight.
To our location that we
were. He like
gets
gets in the left-hand turn lane and I like in the backseat, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, to the Four Seasons. Like, don't you want to go there? I'm like, no, I want to go to the place that I asked you to go on Uber, like the location that I paid to go to.
And at this point, I'm like, don't be rude. I'm like, let him take us wherever he wants.
Yeah, and I'm like pissed off because
Andy's just
have a photographer there,
and he's just nervous.
Like we're getting close to the sunset. It's like 5:57.
He was never like rude to him. He was just like, no, can you just drop us off where we need to be dropped off?
Off the spot, and then we like started walking out there, and then that was like as we were walking out there, I could see the photographer like coming in from the opposite direction. And that's when I started to get like really nervous because that was like probably 6 o'clock right then, 6:05 maybe. And I'd like set up to be there at 6 and I was gonna do it at like 6:10, 6:15. We walked out like towards the rocks. And as we were walking out there, there's this dude standing there like flying a drone.
Kind of had a really strong feeling that it might be happening.
Yeah, which is weird because the guy with the drone,
had nothing to do with our engagement.
Yes.
I saw him I saw the drone and I was like, okay, time, like we're getting videoed for our proposal. This is it. I'm like, this is it. This is my time to shine. So I put on my most, like, not fake, because it wasn't fake. I mean, I saw the drone and I was literally like, the drone was, I mean, like the setting, the background, the backdrop was just beautiful. So I was like, oh my God, he got a drone. Like, he has a drone. And I'm over here literally doing this, holding, because we're walking together right now to go towards the water. And I'm looking at him and literally doing like my, like walking, like just like walking and like moving and doing, literally being so stupid, extra and obnoxious and like basically embarrassing myself at the end of the day. Because the drone wasn't for us. It was just a random guy flying a drone. So he has footage. If he ever sees this, which he never will, he has footage of the engagement, but we kind of regret not asking him afterwards.
And we walked out towards the rocks and I took a couple pictures of her. And then we walked out like further to the left and we were like, I was like walking right in front of the photographer and she was just like sitting there like looking like she was taking pictures of the sunset.
There was also a wedding photo shoot happening because there was a wedding happening.
Yeah, like 100 yards away.
So I saw the photographer, but there was tons of photographers because there was a wedding. So I assumed that it was for the wedding. That's what I assumed. Like that, I thought the drone was for me. I didn't think the photographer was for me.
And we walked out like towards like these rocks on the edge and I was out there and she like wouldn't walk out. We both were wearing open-toed shoes and the rocks like super sharp. If you ever like go walk on rocks like that in Hawaii, like cliff rocks, they're very sharp and they don't feel good on your feet. And I was like, come here, like come out and like take a picture with me. And she's like, no, I don't want to. She's like, my feet hurt. And I'm like, just come out here. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna.
I'm like, why do we have to go over there?
And I eventually got her to come out to the rocks and then we took a couple selfies.
Right when we took a picture, I put my hand like this on his chest just to do this, you know, just like that kind of pose. And it was a selfie. And his heart.
My what?
Your heart. Your heart literally felt like it was gonna pop out of your chest. And I'm like, and then he started like breathing kind of weird. He turns around and.
Then I don't know what I said.
We have no idea what
I don't know what she said.
No, we know what I said. I said yes.
Well,
obviously.
After like 10 seconds
I said like, oh my God, and then I started laughing just because like I just always.
And crying. It was like a laugh cry.
No, well, I started laughing and then I started uncontrollably crying. And then I don't know what he said at all. Like we both don't know what he said. He might have not even asked me the question.
No, I did. I think I know I did that.
Yeah, and so I literally like, it was like the most out of body experience.
Well, and it was awful because I was on my knee on those sharp rocks and so it's getting all cut up and I'm like bleeding and she wouldn't answer the question.
He was pretty quick with his little spiel.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to sit there and be like, I'm just like not like I'm not a words of affirmation person. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable when people tell me things they like about me. Like I just literally feel like a shell of a human when that happens. So he knew to make it kind of like short, sweet, and simple. It wasn't just like, will you marry me? He said like I really couldn't tell you what he said. Like literally not a clue. Whatever he said it. And I remember just being like in like literal shock. I was just staring at him and he was staring back at me. And I was like, oh my God, like I have to say something. Like I forgot, like I didn't realize that he was also done with his spiel. So I kind of just stared at him. He just kind of stared at me back and I'm like yes, yeah. Like all that stuff. After I realized like he was done talking.
Then we met the photographer like 2 minutes or 3 minutes afterwards, and then I
was gonna say something right after
15 more minutes.
Yeah, so his knee was like getting all cut up and like bleeding and like just because the rocks are super sharp. But then we hugged, cried, did all the things.
Made out.
Oh my God, we did not make out like that. So he was like, we have a photographer. And I was like, God. And then I like whispered in his ear after like hugging him after having him. I'm like, is the drone for us? And he's like, what? I'm like, oh. I'm like, this is so awkward. I'm like, okay, never mind. And then after a little bit, I go, can I tell you a secret? And he's like, what? And I'm like, I knew it. I'm like, you did so good, but I knew it. And I took a snap, the snap that I took earlier. I took a quick picture of like literally my eye and typed engaged tonight ? And saved it to my memories. So then the photographer came out. We kind of had a second to soak it all in together. My family was on their way. Like they were just like walking over to the spot we got engaged. And it was just really happy. We got a lot of really cute pictures. I really loved them. And then my family came out. I saw my dad. I was literally hysterical. We called his parents. It was perfect. All went to the Four Seasons for dinner all together and it was perfect. Okay, so now let's talk about the ring a little bit. Oh, We went with an oval shape. We'll have a picture inserted here that the photographer took. It has a very dainty gold band, has 4 prongs holding the ring because it's either 6 or 4. I know 6 is more secure, but I really hate the look of 6 prongs personally. If you like it, I think all diamonds are still beautiful. Any ring is beautiful. It's just not for me or for him. We like the 4 look of just like really clean, simple, just literally the diamond. Like I wanted like no distraction away from the actual diamond. The band, really simple, gold, just like 14 karat gold.
Yellow gold.
Yellow gold. Around, super thin, and then the diamond on top. So it's just an oval shape. Okay, so I went to Instagram. A lot of repeating questions for engagement stuff. I said overall questions, but this is, I'm just gonna pull the ones that are for like engagement, wedding questions. Okay. The first one is, when and where did you and your fiance meet? So we met on Twitter in like 2013. We DM'd. We met through my cousin and one of his best friends. They knew each other. We didn't go to the same high school or anything, but they knew each other, and they said that like they were like, my cousin Erica said something along the lines of, my friend has a friend, and I don't know what Simon said, like my friend has a friend.
Probably the same thing.
Yeah, so shoot your shot, ladies. That's all I have to say for that, because you might get a husband out of it. We met there in 2013. We didn't meet until about a month, like officially we like DM'd back and forth and then eventually texted for about a month before we actually met. Because we just had a ton of summer plans. I was like on vacation with my family. He had Young Life Camp and all that stuff. Our first date was
bad idea. Don't go to a movie.
This is the worst, worst first date ever. I actually bailed on you like 3 times. Twice, maybe. Don't even remember the movie title, do you?
Nope.
Don't remember the movie. There's no good movies to watch. We didn't talk at all during the movies. We talked about 3 minutes before the movie started. We like met up at the theater. He drove me to my car, which was like literally maybe a 8-second drive to the other side of the parking lot. And we were like, okay. And then the next question is, are we waiting until marriage to move in together? We don't know. That's kind of up in the air. If you guys don't know, we both graduated in 2019, May, so almost a year ago. We're living at home to save money. Right now, living at home is like both financially like the smartest thing to do with planning a wedding, and where we live, which is Seattle area, is so expensive. Like so expensive to buy, rent, literally anything. So right now we're gonna try to save as much money as we can before the wedding. Our goal, don't keep us to this, is to purchase something. It might be something terribly, like something super ugly, but our goal would be to purchase. If not, we'll just move in and rent somewhere. Not a big deal. We're just trying to be as smart as we can. We're so grateful that we have families that are like,
let us live at home for free.
Let us live at home for free. Like literally so grateful and so blessed to have the best families to let us do that. So we're just gonna keep doing that for a while. Where did we stay in Hawaii?
We got in
Beach Club
Ko'olina, which is in Kapolei.
How does it feel being engaged? Great. It's super fun. It doesn't feel any different than being boyfriend girlfriend. I still call my boyfriend. I forget that he's my fiance like 99% of the time, and I still feel kind of silly saying fiance for some reason. How is wedding planning going? It's not.
Really bad.
No, it's gone really bad. We're really stressed out. We are kind of just right now, we're kind of in that like fun Pinteresty phase of what we want. Was college difficult in your relationship? I feel like it made our relationship way better.
It was easy because we went to the same college.
We went to the same school, so that was super helpful for us because we went from high school to college together, but we didn't go to the same high school. I think we did a really good job balancing our social life separately and our relationship. Honestly, just fun. It was truly not that. It was like,
it's easy.
Freedom in college. So it was a lot of fun. Like the relationship was truly just fun.
Do you like wontons? Yes, I do. Do you?
I love wontons. That's from our friend Zach. I'll just add random questions that people might not know about me. Can you speak different languages?
Answer in Spanish.
Sí. Hablo español. He doesn't speak.
Yo hablo español muy poquito.
Spanish is my first language and English is my second. Are you from Mexico? No, I am from the US, but my family's from Mexico. Honestly, I have a lot of things about college. It's so easy. I don't.
You go to the same college, it's easy.
It's easy. We didn't do distance or anything, but we made it. The only thing that was hard is that we didn't want to be down each other's throats, like living together constantly, like literally not having a social life, because we both wanted that fun college experience.
Thank you. or watching, make sure to subscribe down below.
Oh, it's over there.
Turn on alerts right here. And stay tuned for the next video.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Thank you also if you made it this far along. Andy came back up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to subscribe so you guys can come along with us on this journey. And I will see you guys in my next video.
Subscribe.
Bye.
You in the summer.